What's going on, everyone? This is Wasim from the Tech Boys, and I have a battle between the Samsung Galaxy Note and the Apple iPhone 4S. So you may be in the market shopping for a new smartphone, and you're trying to decide between the iPhone or the Note. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a few comparisons with the hardware, the software, and overall my opinion on both phones. First, let's go over specs and the hardware. The Galaxy Note is a pretty big phone. Just looking at it compared to the iPhone looks pretty scared next to the Note. It has a 5.3-inch HD Super Amoled Display with a resolution of 800 by 1280. Pixels per inch is 285. The iPhone 4S is the Retina display. It has a resolution of 640 by 960, and it's a 3.5-inch screen. Pixels per inch is 330, so just a lot higher resolution on the 4S, but again, you do get a really small screen compared to the Note. Spec-wise, they both have dual-core processors. The Note on at&t has a 1.5 GHz dual-core Snapdragon. If you get the international version, it's a 1.4 GHz Exynos chip. For the iPhone, it's the dual-core A5 chip, presumably clocked between 800 MHz to 1 GHz. The thickness standpoint, it's 9.3 millimeters thick on the iPhone. With the Note, it's 10 millimeters thick. The weight is 140 grams, which is 4.94 ounces. On the Note, it's 183 grams, and ounces is 6.45, if you guys are keeping track. Build quality, full plastic on the Galaxy Note. You do also get a removable back cover, which you do not get with the iPhone. So let me go ahead and show you guys what's behind here. So you do see you get the SIM card, micro SD, so you can expand it, as well as a removable battery. It comes with 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, as well as 1 gig of RAM, and you can expand to 32 more gigs. With the iPhone 4S, again, you only get that built-in storage of 16, 32, or 64. They both come in two colors, white or black, and that's with the Note as well. You can get it in white or black. Both available in different versions. You can get the LTE model at at&t, or you can import it from Europe, or if you're in Europe, you can get the European version. So again, like I said, full plastic on the Note. The iPhone is glass front and black with the stainless steel. So again, it's going to depend on what you want. Just to feel in the hand, the iPhone, you get a better grip. You can actually use the phone pretty easily with one finger. The Note, it does get the bigger screen, so if you want that and the iPhone's too small for you, you probably want to go with the Note or some other Android device. And you can see it's harder to get a good grip on it with such a wide phone, but when you're actually using the phone, one knock and it could probably fall over. The iPhone, if you drop it, it might crack, so just keep that in mind. It's glass, this is plastic. You drop glass, it's gonna shatter. You drop plastic, there's a good chance it's gonna survive. On the software, this is running Android 2.3 Gingerbread with Samsung's TouchWiz user interface. The iOS operating system we all know. Definitely, if this is your first time getting a smartphone and you haven't really used anything complicated, iPhone is really easy to use. Basically, all your panels are on the home screen. If you pull down the notification bar, similar to Android, you get all your notifications, and with Android it works the same way. As well as you do get quick toggles, which is really nice and convenient on Android, and you do not get that with iPhone without any kind of jailbreak. And of course, you do get widgets and live wallpapers, which you don't get with the iPhone. So again, it's definitely your preference. Just my opinion, the iPhone's software can get boring. So if you want something more exciting where you can customize and do whatever you want, change the color, change the apps, change the wallpaper, live wallpapers, the Android operating system is more open, so you can do a lot more. If you want something that just works really well, pretty easy to use, and just tons of apps, the iPhone may be better for you with its software. The Android market is another difference with the iPhone. So again, a lot of apps on both platforms, a lot of the same apps, the most popular apps you're going to find on both. But again, if you do like those apps like Instagram or some exclusive iOS apps like games and Infinity Blade, maybe the iPhone is going to be better for you. But both markets, I find all the apps I need on both platforms, and the quality is about the same as well. As for connectivity, 4G LTE or HSPA Plus depends on the model for the Note. HSPA on the iPhone as well as CDMA on Verizon or Sprint. So network speeds is just so much faster on the Note. If you're streaming video, you're definitely gonna notice that. Let's go ahead and go into the web. And this is gonna be over Wi-Fi because I don't have a SIM on the iPhone. So we're just going to do the comparisons over Wi-Fi. If you want to see the network speed test, looking at my video with the iPhone 4S and the Galaxy S2 Skyrocket, I show 3G and 4G speed differences, and you can get an idea of that. So let's go ahead and go to Engadget.com. Again, this is both on Wi-Fi. History is not cleared or anything. They both visited the website or at least got some website history in, so it should be pretty even comparison. So we're going to go ahead and press on go. And the Note is finished. The iPhone is still loading up. Still loading, and now it's done. So you can see that the Note did win that. Let's go ahead and see. As for the screen, the information, it's a lot. They're both readable. It's not a big deal. The Note, you do get more view. You can see more articles with text. So if you don't want to squint or some text can feel a little bit smaller in the iPhone, definitely you might want to go with the Note. Let's try going to the desktop view. And let me go ahead and go on the desktop. So they're both loading up. iPhone is done and the Note is still loading up. And they're both done. Now they're done. Okay, so you know what? They both work well. The performance generally is a lot more consistent on the iPhone, but again, it's still pretty fast on the Note. Pinch to zoom is extremely smooth on the iPhone. See, if you try to read this article, it's harder to read just because it doesn't have that auto reformatting on the iPhone. With the Note, if I want to read an article like this one, double tap and it auto fits it, and it's really easy to read. And pinch to zoom is very smooth on it, so if you love browsing the web and you want to get the bigger experience, the better experience with Flash, the Note is probably better for you. If you just want something that works and you like that compact look, then the iPhone could be for you as well. Next, I want to go on keyboard. So this is the iPhone's keyboard as well as the Note keyboard. Generally, the iOS keyboard is really well. Does take a bit to get used to. If you have big hands, you might want to go with the Note, but generally it works really well. I do like the iPhone keyboard as well as the Android keyboard too. Again, it's really easy to type on. The Note is, you do get a lot more options. This is the Samsung keyboard. Again, really easy to use. If I go to input method, you do get the Android keyboard as well as swipe keyboard. So just a lot of options there. Next, I want to go to cameras. They both have 8 megapixel cameras. Generally, the iPhone's camera is a lot better even in low light conditions. I'm just going to do a quick camera comparison. And of course, this is not official. I'll also include some samples in the video right after this. So that's just like a quick comparison. Both cameras look great. If you do love the iOS and Instagram, iPhone generally has better camera lenses. But I'll go ahead and put some comparisons. They're both really good cameras. The iPhone's just a little bit better, as well as video. It's a lot smoother on the iPhone. Next, I want to talk about performance, battery life, call quality, speaker. The Note, it has a Snapdragon chip. I do get occasional lag on it, but it's not a big deal. I've been pretty happy with the performance. I've been using the original Galaxy S2 and the Nexus. It's just not as snappy as those other Android devices. The iPhone, generally, it's pretty consistent, which is one of the main reasons people like the iPhone, is that it hardly ever slows down if you're running applications. Usually there aren't any running applications on the iPhone unless it's like Pandora or a GPS application. With Android, you have multiple apps running, so it can lag at times. The call quality is really good on both. Speaker is a lot better on the Note. It's a lot louder, so if you like using the speaker, generally the Note is a better phone. Battery life is about the same on both. The Note is suggesting 10 hours of talk time. The iPhone 4S is saying 9 hours, but in my experience they're about the same. Considering this is LTE, this does get the faster speeds. I generally like browsing the web more on the Note, watching videos on Netflix, YouTube, browsing the web, reading articles, or even playing some games like Angry Birds. They generally look better on the Note just because of the bigger screen. And of course 4G LTE helps a lot when you're on the go. With the iPhone, I generally use it to I like to text on it better than the Note. Checking emails, even playing music. More of the multimedia aspects of music, I like it on the iPhone. On the videos, I like it on the Note. So again, it just depends on what you want. If I had to choose a phone to get right now, I would probably choose... See, I don't even know what phone I would choose. They're just very different phones. The size is a big factor. Again, the Android platform and the iPhone platform. In the long run, the Note is probably might be a better phone for you because it has all the features like LTE, big screen, high resolution. But the iPhone, you know, it's an iPhone, so you can't really compare Android to iPhone all the time. The iPhone is going to be supported probably within the 2-3 years. With the Note, it might be phased off of at&t shelves after 1.5 years or less. So again, it just depends on your preference. I do like both phones. I'm just going to recommend the Note usually over the iPhone. If you're okay with the screen size, it does get 4G LTE, micro SD, expandable memory, flash in the web browser. Those are just a whole bunch of user interfaces that are really nice that you don't get with the iPhone. If you do love the iOS ecosystem with iCloud, iMessages, Instagram, which is really nice, and you just think the Note is way too big, iPhone is definitely for you. Again, it just depends on your preference. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a comment below what phone you prefer and why. Again, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hopefully you're going to get a lot more videos. I'm looking forward to the HTC One X. Definitely get that phone in for you guys so you guys can see a few comparisons with that phone. And again, thanks for watching and please subscribe.